So I'm gonna ask you to bring those weights back out here so I can show you my version of badassery, which would involve looking at them with a lot of consternation. My name is Walt Mayo. I work for an organization called Endeavor. We support entrepreneurs in 21 markets around the world. We hew to the same principle of TechStars, which is that there are great ideas and great entrepreneurs all around the world. We're in places like Indonesia, Morocco, Brazil, South Africa. And in all of those markets, we've seen some incredible economic value created by the adoption of mobile technology. But there are 2 billion people around the world who lack access to any form of technology, let alone mobile technology. When they talk about mobile technology, it means walking to their neighbor to speak with them face to face. And this is where Alex Chimeras comes in with a classic disruptive innovation to provide radically affordable mobile service to these unserved markets. And when you think about the potential transformative impact that this can have on the lives of literally billions of people, you'll understand why he calls his company Fairwaves. Please join me in welcoming Alex and Fairwaves.
Let me start with a fact which is really important for Fairwaves' story. Mobile operators are expanding into rural regions worldwide. And this is happening for 2 reasons. Number one, it's competition. This is just one example of an American mobile operator showing its coverage as a competitive advantage. But this is happening everywhere. And the reason number 2 is that level of mobile phone usage directly affects GDP of a country. So governments in most countries enforce rural coverage and punish mobile operators if they don't meet their coverage targets. And governments plan to spend $11 billion in subsidies to provide rural telecommunication services just because it is not economically sustainable. Now imagine what would happen if someone could make it profitable. That's a whole new market to emerge. To better understand the problem, think about your relatives who live in rural states. And you understand that technology which we use here in Boston or in New York is not really suitable for those locations. And imagine that people, like for villages in Africa, where a typical village is 1,000 people, but they pay only $2, $3 a month, it is much, much worse. But technology gets less and less expensive, and now is the right moment for rural mobile communication system to emerge. So many companies are trying to do that. And their typical approach is to scale down existing technology. And this works reasonably well for villages of 5,000 people or more. And that's like 1% of all villages. It's a marginal improvement. It takes the right team to solve this problem for real. We moved to Boston from Russia, and we know how to make rocket science robust and inexpensive, and how to sell in developing countries efficiently. So we built this system. This system, from its very inception, designed to work in rural locations. A system which is compatible with traditional mobile networks, but is radically affordable. A system which has everything you need to run it in a village, and a system which is uniquely resilient to unstable connectivity and continues to operate when others don't. But most importantly, that's the only system which allows you to come to a village, to install this system, to start this service, and get the revenue right away. So by lowering CapEx investment for mobile operators 5 times and by shortening time to revenue 10 times, we essentially solve a fundamental business issue for them. We turned a part of their business, which was always subsidized, into a profitable business. And by the way, this picture, this village, Yavichi, in rural Mexico of 700 people was neglected by mobile operators for many years, just like 50,000 other villages in that region. We partnered with a local organization to install our system there. And during the past year, we have shown that it can generate profit. And by the way, I took this picture on the very first day we started the service in the village. And people were so happy to make their first call in the village, they said they would never forget that. We are in negotiations to provide service to 5 million people in 2 countries, but that's just the first step. We will solve this problem for mobile operators forever. We will make governments happy, but most importantly, we will radically change the life of 2 billion people who lack these basic services right now. Thank you.